ready?
Yes.
Okay, as you all know, my name is Deniz Kenber, and Denise and Deniz. I'm from my gym today, and for 50 minutes we will be doing together cresting the curve, which basically means how we adjust to change. So, why did I choose this subject? Well, as you all know, I'm a coach, and for more than 15 years I've been helping executives and managerial teams go through change processes. And when I look at you, I see professionals, right?
Yes.
Consultants, friends, and I know that you are all going through change in your personal lives. Am I correct?
True. Yes.
And you also lead change at work, right?
Yes,
As
that's correct.
business owners, consultants, great. So that's why I thought it can be a good idea to spend today exploring, to learn how we can understand change. I will give you tips about that and you will explore it, and how we can adjust to change. Does that sound good?
Perfect.
Great. So let's start. I'm going to start with a small play about change to see how we react to change. So can we please all get up? Okay. Maybe it's easy for you to move your cup.
I don't know.
Okay. So trust me, this is going to be fun, so please follow my instructions. Okay? I say and you do. Correct?
Okay.
Right. So, whoever has a name who is not starting with an A, R, J, K, or P, please go to the right side of the room and the rest go to the other side.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, so whatever your last name is, the first letter of your last name, we want it to line up from A to Z. A is here, Z is here. With the first name of your letter.
Sunur.
Last name confused.
Surname.
Last name, first letter, last name. First letter of your last name.
First letter of your last name. I.
Sunur.
Which should not be said.
S.
Is it I? For me, I? Maybe I should go over there. I'm really confused.
Okay, so if you have longer hair, please come to the flip chart. If you have shorter hair, just stay where you are.
Go out.
Please, the taller people, go to the red cupboard.
Please define tall.
Whatever turns you on. Okay, if you were born to Istanbul, please stay close to me. If you are born, however further away you are born from Istanbul, geographically go further away. If you're born in Istanbul, stay close here. Okay, now let's please all be seated.
This was fun.
So, how did it feel?
Confused. There was lots of confusion, uncertainty, and then decision-making process. Lots of things. And
Yeah,
big adjustments. Where should I go? Should I stand there?
What's taller?
Yes. Define definitions.
Okay, so confusion, what other feelings?
But it was easy to follow your directions without thinking at all. It was easy.
I think it was difficult when you get the first question. You get confused at that moment. So it's all about change, I think, and what we perception is very important as well, because message is not what you receive, it's what you perceive. So I perceived it wrong. My name is R. It starts with R, Reem, but I went there. I was confused. I couldn't manage.
Okay, how did that make you feel?
Stressed?
Stressed.
Definitely stress.
Stressed. Okay, you said fun, but now stressed.
And the thing was, we were just following the instructions. We were not thinking about what does it mean. Just the instructions, the roadmap. We were following your roadmap, but nothing in between. Does that make me feel good, bad? We didn't. No feelings were involved. Just the confusion.
Really? So
We were going with the flow, you know.
you were going with
Yeah.
the flow. Okay. Was everybody going with the flow? Can be different experience for other people. How was it for you?
I was trying to do the right thing and I forgot her name and I just looked at her and I started to remember what was the first letter of her name. to adjust my right place or not.
And for the records, they're on the same team and they've been working
Every day I forgot the first letter of her
every
name.
day for so many years, right?
I forgot my name too.
You forgot your own name.
That's strange.
We have too much to say.
So who was not stressed at all? Who was not, or less stressed? Who was not stressed at all?
I was not much stressed because I was following the directions and I was thinking at all. But in daily life, it's not like that. Nobody's telling you what to do. You have to decide, and so it was relatively easier to follow a direction. Just do it.
Okay. So actually, we wanted to go through this process to show you that, to show us all that we all react differently to change, right? So I heard people saying it was fun. Who was saying fun? I can't remember at the beginning. I thought even
At the beginning it was fun.
Yeah, it was.
It's
At the
always
beginning it was fun.
At the
But it
beginning.
changes.
Okay, in the beginning it was fun, and then it started to get more confusing because there was too much change going on.
It's more frustrating.
More frustrating. So what was the frustration really about?
Am I doing the right thing?
Am I doing the right thing?
What is
Why were you
next?
supposed to do the
Maybe.
right thing? Why were you supposed to do the right thing actually?
We were coded like that. We
This
have
is
to
what
act
we
correctly.
learn.
Yes.
Just starting from the beginning, I guess. We are trying to do the right thing.
We're trying to do the right thing. This reminds me of, actually, where did I write this? I guess it's here. Yeah, this fancy word, social readjustment rating scale. Let me get here so the camera can see me. Say it again. Social readjustment rating scale. So two psychiatrists, Holmes and Rege, I guess that's how it's written, read. They say that people try to adjust socially because we want to do the right thing, right? And we want to be accepted. And that creates stress. And whenever there's change, there's things we have to adjust. So that, therefore, change creates stress. And whatever change we have in our life, the more it requires us to adapt and adjust socially, the more the adjustment is needed, the more that change brings in stress into our lives.
True. Because we were taught that we have to act correctly. If you don't do the right thing, then the society will say, you're the bad person, you decided wrong, you did this wrong. I mean, negative feedback will always come back to you, so we want to act always correctly.
True.
Plus, when you don't know,
Thank you for that, actually.
when you don't know what is next or why you are doing it, it increases maybe level of stress as well.
Yes.
In the flow, what is next? Why am I doing this? What's going on? The uncertainty may increase also.
Great, thank you for bringing that up also. So what you said is we want to be accepted, therefore we want to adjust. And that creates stress about change. And what you're saying, I'm hearing, is that when I don't know what's coming next, that creates stress also.
What is the definition of change? What do we need to understand from change?
Okay. How I would explain it is, actually I'm in a certain situation, like you were all standing up, and then you had to come into a new situation. Actually, stepping into a new situation. Whereas, like you said, in real life, when I'm going to a different new situation, there's a roadmap. And there are unknown steps along the way.
So you are saying that change is a new situation?
Yeah, coming to a new situation. That's how we can explain it briefly. And actually, what we are trying to learn and understand here is how do I come to that new situation? What's along the way? And like you very nicely put, when I'm not certain what's coming next until I go to that new situation, that creates also stress. Which reminds me of another piece of science, and my gym loves science, so I have to tell this. Neuroscience, the new science, explains this that, you know, we have 3 different brains. And we have our mammal brain, our reptilian brain, and our human brain. And our mammal brain is what we use very often in our life when we are on autopilot. And whenever we do the same things, it's a routine. You know, I come to this place, I sit, I get up, I know where I sit. I'm on autopilot. When I say to you, come to a new place, do this, what's your name, what's your hair length, you have to decide. So you have to come to your prefrontal cortex, which is the human brain, the evolved part, and that asks more energy. So I have to work harder. And my other brain says, stop, that's too much work. Don't work that hard, you know? Don't change, don't go to that new place, because you have to decide, you have to design, you have to readjust yourself. So that's why it's painful.
Question.
Please.
When we change, there are 2 types of change, I would say, voluntary and involuntary, because there will be moments involuntary, you have to make the change. It will come to you and you have to make the decision. And sometimes voluntarily you make the change, which is more stressful.
That's a very nice question. Thank you for asking that. Well, we will look at it right now. I would say it says positive change, negative change. It doesn't say voluntary change, involuntary change. The roadmap we will go through is always the same. But I wonder, what are you thinking? Does this help you, this answer?
Yes. I would personally say involuntary change is more stressful.
For you, involuntary change is more...
Yeah, that's personal. I mean, it depends on their character and way of doing things probably, but voluntary, because I make that decision and I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
With the involuntary one, you don't make the decision, you're not involved in the process, so it's more stressful. That's when social pressure maybe comes to me.
Okay.
That's
Thank you for sharing. I want to hear others. How is it for you?
For me, the 2 roads just crosses in some point of view, because when we even voluntarily start a change, in some point of time, we have to go out of our comfort zones, and we go out of the comfort zone. It means that you have to take more responsibility, even if it's a case that you really want to accomplish. So for me, after the excitement phase passes away, both positive change and negative change, even about marriage, it brings some kind of uncertainty and a loss of confidence for me as well.
Great, so I hear you say, thank you for that, doesn't matter, still
It doesn't
brings
matter,
a
there's a
change.
short time passes honeymoon phase, I guess.
Yeah, we will look at it pretty soon. Okay, any other thoughts about this? Voluntary, involuntary, which one is more stressful?
I think voluntary one is less stressful because, I mean, you plan it. But probably, I mean, I face it all the time at work because I do like consultancy in different places, etc. So for them to adapt to the change, the people inside at workplace, it takes approximately 6 months to 1 year. And although we put with the management, with the people, we put all the strategies and everything, for them to adapt, okay, shall we apply that? Okay, fine, we will apply it. It's very difficult, so that's probably, I have questions actually about this. How can we make the people adapt to the change? Because there is like change management topics that we all hear, change management, etc. But do we really know how to change the people? And I face it in my private life as well.
Okay, thank you for asking that. And so you're saying let's add to this, let's learn, and let's also, how can we help other people to understand and adjust to change? Is that valid for everybody?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we will adapt accordingly. I will adapt to this change. Anyone else who wants to talk about voluntary, involuntary, any other ideas? If anyone wants to talk, you're fine.
I hear it for because I'm in a negative change. The conditions takes me somewhere. You're in a flow, so I don't have to do more complicated things because I feel like I can't do anything about So when I'm in positive change, I had to do something. It's more complicated for me.
Okay, so you're saying whether it's voluntary or involuntary, it doesn't matter. Positive change is more hard for you. Great, wonderful. Guys, you have so many nice ideas. It seems like you really have a grip on change.
Yeah, there's issue for everybody about change.
Okay, great. So then let's change. Let's all get up. And why am I doing this? Because if we sit too much, our brain starts, I want us to have oxygen, and if we move, we learn better. So I will want us to do another lineup, and this time, it's summertime, the Bayram is coming. I want you to, when I say to you, travel, holiday, vacation, what's the destination, the fantasy destination that comes to your mind? I want you to think about that, whatever place you want to be, and whatever the first letter of that destination is, however, it can be a country, hotel, doesn't matter. According to the first letter, let's line up again. A is here, Z is here.
Bodrum. B, that's Assos. You can't. Tassos. So that's
Greek islands.
B, G.
All the sauce. All the Greek power.
It's the same.
We're right together! Having together a holiday! Okay, so what was yours?
Bodrum.
Bodrum.
B.
Okay, yeah, great. I haven't been to Bodrum, it's been 20 years. Gosh, I need a change about that. And you?
Greek islands. More than one island.
Oh, yeah.
All of
That's all of it.
So we're all going
It's a bunch of
Yeah, we will wave to you from. I want to go to Santorini. That's my fantasy. I've never been there, but I want to be there. And you?
I've never been to Santorini.
No, but where do you want to go? What's
Samos.
that?
The same thing.
Samos.
We are going together.
Okay, I heard the Os part. I didn't hear the Samos part. Okay, great. So you're going together to Samos.
Yeah.
That's great. And where are you going?
And Tassos. Tassos, Tassos.
You love the neighbor, but
The aqua color of the seas.
Okay, so now we will make another exercise. I want you to talk in small groups. Since our sixth friend is not here, we will not be able to do pairs. I would invite you to be the tree, and do you mind partners
Sure.
being
Yes.
together?
Okay.
Okay, so
What do we do?
what do we do? Now I will give you this. These are nice. Actually, it's a summary of the whole training. And here there's a nice part. Here it says, where am I now? Right? So we will be filling this, and I will be doing interview with one of you, because that's difficult. And when we do this exercise, you will find where you are on the curve, okay? And then it will be easier for us to discuss about the curves, right? So for the time being, before we do the interview, I forgot that we're three people, in pairs and as a triad, I want you to share with each other, what are the changes you are going through right now? What are the changes? Which ones are more stressful? Which ones are unexpected, expected, positive, negative?
Is it different types of changes that we face in our lives in general?
Family, business.
Whatever.
Yes, I mean,
All
personal,
types.
yeah, the ones you have to lead. Let's see what all the things you have, okay?
Okay.
Let's put it all out. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, let's take a pen and
If you want to have a pen and paper, it's okay. You don't have to.
We finish here. Orada da var. Tamam.
Okay, actually it's just a chatting really. You don't have to take notes and but if
You like take notes?
if it makes it easier for you to chat, no problem. Let's have our seats and let's start.
Change.
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 Let me give the last one because I have plenty of change.
wanna accomplish. Is it possible to discuss about it?
I think everything counts.
I don't wanna
Visionary change.
Should it be a visionary change that we are
Yeah.
planning to
That will change my
So
undertake
volunteers.
in some point of our lives?
Sorry.
And I have hard
It
time
doesn't have to be a
accepting
change
that.
that we are currently
Slowly,
experiencing.
I
Can it
love
be a
life,
type of visionary
demands,
change that
and
we
it's
want to
very, very
accomplish in our
fast.
lives?
Okay, so you're choosing to have a
My
change
son
voluntarily.
has a
Voluntarily.
university,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
have access.
Visionary
He's
change.
going to find a new job,
For me,
job
for
opportunity.
me it's a challenge.
The other challenge is that I just moved to a new apartment, new place, adjusting to that place, and trying to fit into that apartment. It's really a big change for me because each time I move to a new apartment, it's getting smaller and smaller. So it's also a home office for me.
Change my
I couldn't
lifestyle.
just
Change
settle.
lifestyle.
That's another stress.
Okay,
The other
change
stress is of
lifestyle.
course income stress, money stress,
Spend
Turkish
3
politics
days or
stress.
3 months in a year.
Like every
Because you like
like,
for example.
We are just making such a plan.
I don't know about
Environmental
Spend
stress.
3 months.
There's also climate change. That is stressing me as well. The climate change.
And
I think
find-
it's happening very
and-
fast.
And find a way.
What's
Let's
my
work on this
my responsibilities quite big
Finances.
as a person.
Okay,
I
fine.
have to find a way to finance my new life.
What types of changes have you
I
passed
live in Dubai,
through in the past?
but
Do you
okay,
remember any
I have like
changes?
family pressure.
It
come
has
back
Yes,
here
yes,
in
yes.
Istanbul. So
You're married, is it a change?
I got a very big job here in Istanbul, but
Change.
You don't see marriage as a
about
change.
love,
I didn't leave it as a change. I mean,
where
it
you
was
want
so
to
small
stay.
for me.
Okay.
my family.
Alright.
What else?
Business
So this
position
is really
change
stressing me, so I
from
have to make
Şişecam
like
to
decision
Shape
about that.
Consultancy is a change.
What is changes in your
because when you go to
Listen,
that's
yeah.
something else, you get
All types of
immediately depression.
changes?
Yes, but what's that? Your agenda right now, not your history.
So I have like,
Okay.
what's the
This
issue
is right
change
now.
is like
What are you doing?
stressing me. Also another
Okay.
issue is like I realize that I have like
Business.
health problems,
Development.
which I
Outside
wasted
work.
time 10 years in Dubai.
So you don't know.
Working, so I don't like problems. So
He
this
was
is
asking
another
me
change.
things,
Should
but
I
I
go
don't
for
feel like
surgery
it
or
is
not?
a change actually. I don't
I
know
am
why.
something.
I didn't pass through any of these stages. I don't know why.
It's okay. It's okay.
But it was a change process as well.
It's a change.
The mail
It's a change. So
Small
small
change.
change. Yeah, maybe it's a small change. So it's
That's it. The
stressful,
stress change is
but
the
it's
stress
okay.
change from
But it's not
marriage
learned.
back to Dubai.
It's
not
very
relationship.
just you are
All my friends, I have problems
whatever
there.
works for you.
But I have my loved ones,
The vision change, lifestyle,
most
it's related to this.
people which I love, I
Monetary
don't
change.
mind them. And they are
But you
they
can
have
have
their
Rated became
I wish.
badly.
Yeah.
I think
I
I'm
think
just
she's
trying
trying
to I'm trying
Is
to
it change? Is this
lose
the
weight, so I'm
It was
working
better
on
and it
I'm trying to
became
change my
worse
eating
and
habits,
worse.
so
It
this
is
is
a
really
change.
wrong because
change or is this a
this
social
is
process
actually
or anything?
I eat
And
too
it
much.
Is it monetary change? Is it monetary change?
Come to Dubai. They don't like females like us. So you don't have to change.
Change is a new situation.
No,
I was
like,
in another situation, now I am in another situation.
marriage and a new
Hurt your
and entering into a new family. That's
And
like
time out,
it's a new family.
You probably moved to
No, you know what? I
Let's stay at my kids.
That's what because you are
Okay,
natural
entering a
that
new family
change.
is
I
not
know
change.
it's
Challenge.
really hard
Oh,
It's hard.
because I want to see the conclusion
Anyway,
it wasn't
too
too
fast.
fast.
Step by step.
It's
It
not
wasn't.
it wasn't
true
straight.
actually.
Step by step.
Anyway.
It's good. I mean,
Any
in time,
change-
it's not going to be 1 month. You know that it's going to take at least 1 year or 1.5 years. So just
Any
relax,
change.
slowly, slowly, accept it. It's like accepting the change. But it's going to be a positive change. That's very good.
Okay, let's say last 5 seconds, I was just going to say.
Okay.
You're done? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're an easy group. Thank you. Okay. So, what did you talk about, guys? It was really like you're all into it.
We talked about different types of changes. One is about future. We want to have another better lifestyle. We call it visionary change,
Yes.
right? It's about, and we did in detail such planning about that.
Very professional. Please forgive me for cutting you, but can I have that chair so I can
Yes.
Where is the chair? Let's make a change. Great. You have that chair. I have this chair.
We have been through I have been through monetary change. My financial circumstances was much better. Now it's becoming worse, and we are going to make it better again. And we also had in our lives marriage, and that's a change. And also we are now currently working on a new business development outside Turkey, in US, in Europe. So that is another change.
So financial,
Management.
marriage, and work,
Visionary change, like
Visionary
changing lifestyle.
lifestyle. So there's lots of things going on.
Yeah, simultaneously.
Yeah. How about your group?
Scary.
Scary. It's not scary. It's fun. It's fun. I'm dying when it's fun.
I have family changes. Like my father is sick. And it's going very fast. I told them it's like the beginning of the end. We know that it's not going to get any better, and we're trying to accept it. That's a big challenge, and it's really stressful because each day he's not getting better, but it's getting worse. The other is I have a change in my kid's life. He just graduated from university, so he has to find a new job. He has to start his own life cycle, let's say, move to a new apartment, all that things. I also did a change in my life. I moved to a new apartment, so I'm trying to adapt to that new environment, new place, new apartment. Financial, we all have that change.
Economy in Turkey, right?
And the other change is the environmental change I told you, the climate change and the cost dollar. The change in Turkey is, every day we're facing a new challenge in Turkey. It's also putting me as stress because I don't know what type of country we're going to leave behind to our kids.
So is this a challenge for everyone?
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
And the visionary challenge, of course, I was like that.
Okay.
And that environmentalist, it's
So
a
you
big
also-
matter for
Yeah, so it's the same for everybody. Anyone else wants to share what you realize, like which ones are more stressful, which ones are big changes or small changes? It can be big or small, but stress can be...
The monetary is very stressful because
Well-
everything is related to money, unfortunately. And for me, family is also very stressful.
Okay.
Changing family.
I want to share with you so that you maybe feel better about yourselves. This is another piece of science. So the transitional change theory guys, the psychiatrists, also find out that these are the basic big events in our lives, and they're the most stressful ones. And I hear you talking about that. So this is a research done in the 60s, therefore there's no environmental change here. I guess that was not an issue then. But thanks God nobody talked about a death of a spouse, but you were
You all had good.
talking about
Marriage, there was
marriage, you were talking about change in financial status, different line of work, different responsibilities.
change in financial status.
Son leaving home. So this is very universal and very human. We all go through these things. So let's get up.
These are major things.
These are the major things, but there's also the small things, like the voluntary things. This is the 60s, of course. Now we're in the 70s. Let me close this.
Well, it is. I think it is literally impossible not to realize these changes because they are like big changes. But when we make a list, we are living inside these changes. I didn't realize that
It's the change of
we have a long list of changes and we are living it simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
Yes.
So there is like major and minor changes in our
There are
life that
major
we
and minor,
face.
yes.
Minor changes maybe are
That we
more
don't
important, more crucial because we are not aware that we are passing through a change process.
Yeah, let me tell you a very short story and then I want us to all get up again.
Okay.
If you're not bored with that. When my gym called me up and asked me if I would like to go through an audition, this was like a wow event for me. I was so happy and excited. And the first audition was only 20 minutes and I was like, of course I can do it. It was an easy period for me. And then all these 45 minutes and I had to watch like 9 hours of video and learn lots of things that they do at my gym. And at the beginning, I was very certain of myself, and slowly, we will look at this curve now, I started being uncertain, I lost confidence, and finally, I said, I had, blocked some hours, some days off my calendar, and then I said, I'm not doing anything, I'll go to the summer house and crash for a whole day. I was in a depression, I didn't want to work, I didn't want to do anything, and then the day after, I woke up and I said, I'm not going to do this. Literally, I said, I'm not going to do this. Why should I do this? I mean, I am a trainer anymore. I don't want to do it. And then I said, Dennis, this is the curve. I just realized I'm going through the curve. Like you said, it's a small change maybe. It's not maybe, I wouldn't even consider it a change. But then when I was at the crisis and I was thinking of not doing the audition, I said, this is the curve. I am going the curve. So what did I do? I accepted that I am in a crisis. And then I said, okay, I can try new things, I can do it, and I went through the thing. So you're right. So many things you were talking about, and we have the curves. Like we said, we go from one position to the other. There are milestones, and guys, we have multiple curves in our lives at the same time going on. So
yeah.
it's important to learn all these steps. So let's get up.
Okay.
I'm not going to do a lineup. Or let's do a very short lineup. Who was born in January and going till December? Here it's December, here it's January. Let's make a lineup.
August. February. Where was February?
The winter.
December.
Oh, you go, Anna, December. You're making the full circle, great. So you're a team. Oh, you were a team.
Yes.
Why do you always become a team? The lineups don't work, mind you.
Let's
Okay,
change it. Let's
so
change
maybe,
it.
no, let's do it like this. You're the winter people.
Winter.
Winter.
Oh, okay.
And you're
May.
May.
You are May. You come to the guests. So you come to this chart. I want you to look up. We were talking about it, but I want you to really look at the curve now and talk about the milestones, right? What they make you remember. We were talking about the changes.
Yes.
So try to associate which one was more associated with which milestone. And you for this negative change.
Okay.
I want you to get a feeling of the curve, right? Just analyze, look at the curve. We only have 1 minute, okay? It's just a very short exercise. Just look at the milestones and think of the changes you are going through.
Shall we discuss it or?
Yes, yes.
Your
Story of my life.
I started photography. Now I'm kind of in confusion stage because I don't know what my new project is. And I'm kind of moving to depression, but I want to make that change and you need the past to explore it. So that's what.
For me, I guess I'm a type of personality. I don't want to go out of my comfort zone quite easily. So I move from excitement stage to depression stage very quickly. And try to deny the person I would like to go that letting go, get away the process, but it always comes up with an extended crisis. So now I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to, when I feel, most probably I will again come very quick to this session. But my new behavioral change that I'm trying to do is try to choose this line now. Normally I choose this line.
Last 10 seconds.
Go from here to here very easily.
This is
But if I stay here, it's
You can jump. It is in your slope going down.
10,
Minimizing the
9, we will come to 1.
I'm always
Eight.
on this level. I don't know why.
7,
But I'm
6.
always on this level. I never
But
go
for me,
to
it's something
depression.
I
Five.
New chart.
4,
Isn't that a good place to be?
3,
At work, it's too much optimistic as well. So,
For me, it's very nice.
but it can cause problems
This-
to people
What's this dynamics?
we want them to change as well. They're so positive, it doesn't work like that. You know how
Is
people
this-
But we
right?
end up
They
change that
Let
very
us
much.
not
Yes.
But
But
that's
after
perfect.
one year,
Okay, 1. Okay, guys. Now you change the curves, and
Negative.
you got the flow of whichever curve you were
But
at.
this is
Now, see what's different here.
Excitement.
When it's a
So,
negative
Explore the
change.
new curve.
in the opposite
You have 1 minute
direction,
again.
I come
suddenly-
against
suddenly
this
going
point, but
up.
I now pick up this one.
Negative I become very easily here, and I stay very long time here,
There is a
unfortunately.
gradual
Except
going
it takes,
up. So
partial
this makes
recovery
sense
is
instead of
mostly
going up and down.
what I did. For example, the death of my mother, sudden death. I stayed here a very long time, like 2 years maybe.
Or
Yes.
we are, where we are.
Here,
Uh,
survival instinct comes to me.
In the
Survival
in
instinct.
my
Yes,
point
so
of
I
view,
have
that
this
is
one,
uncertainty.
then I choose
We
this
have,
type, different from this one.
got a
Mostly
invitation from
unfortunately.
France.
I'm trying to do this,
Outside,
but I know I
and,
can't. I'm not achieving
maybe
this.
I went to
This
Paris.
is what
with
I
all
say.
the-
Maybe I'm not achieving as well, but
It's
this
not
time
about
I'm
possible,
very
but we
easier to try
Paris
the
and
fast
we
and
talk
explore it,
with
but
them,
we
and things are okay. But we realized that they are not working well, so now I have to take a new step.
So
So there's a certain.
okay, I will.
Well,
And I quickly go to Christ stage and I try to deny it and try to let go and but
in any
here
case, you are
I come to Christ again very
This
quickly,
is-
but this time I pick it up because
Do we
I have to
this is-
survive.
inevitable.
Otherwise I will
Let's
die.
ask the trainer if we can just bypass.
Of course, I sometimes struggle here as well. Sometimes because you know,
There's some kind of
it's not
confusion. I think it's
about
normal.
the idea
Confusion is
about
normal.
ourselves as well.
Depression, we
It's
don't
about the
bypass. So
society, how
we
they
want
view
to
you,
have
etc.
this
I mean, I'm
confusion
living like
right.
in 2 countries
And so
now. I struggle a
bypass
lot
to explore.
because it's cultural,
Okay.
cultural change.
No, we don't know. We don't like. We don't want to go there.
So sometimes
Just,
I
or
get
just
all the
here.
negativities from other people, so I disbelieve myself.
Well, I think it's
But of
impossible
course, I
to
come
go
to you.
like this.
That's transformation
Literally,
very
it's
easily.
not
And
Last
I
5
have
minutes.
something
5 seconds.
Very well done for you.
But I think I have something which is very optimistic, which can lead me to struggle in my life, to tell you the truth. It's not always negativity which makes you
No,
struggle
no, just
believe
uncertainty.
in yourself.
Maybe with confusion.
I think
it's
that,
in
oh, I
the
know everything.
Yeah.
I know now.
But yes,
So
it
this,
happens.
I mean,
It
gives me
happens,
a lot
yeah.
of trouble at work,
Yes.
in my family.
No, really.
private life.
Honestly,
So,
it
yeah.
happens. What's
But,
going on? is
when I'm
it's
alone
going
For
to-
a minute.
No,
But no,
my mind is full of
Okay, great.
lots
So
of
you have had a
confidence and
feeling of
confusion
the curve,
and
right?
uncertainty.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying
last
to
5
manage
seconds.
this.
You can be seated. You
Okay.
can finish if you want.
No, we did.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Great, guys. You can sit at different places also. Let's sit at different places. I invite you to change seats.
It's risky, you know.
Change is risky. That was a change, risky change. Okay. So what are the similarities you saw in these 2 curves?
There's always a new transportation. I mean, to be happy or to be feeling successful, achieving self, transformation is the key word.
We have a question.
Yeah.
Is it inevitable?
Thank you, by the way, Zainab, sorry.
Sorry, is it inevitable to be in the crisis? Can we just bypass?
Which one?
In both cases.
In both cases.
Is it inevitable to be in crisis? Do we have to be in crisis or depression? Is it a way to go more smoothly bypass the crisis and
Like this?
yes?
I say yes. What do you say? I think this is why we are learning the curves, so that we can make it smoother. And even if we come here, go up quicker. What do you think?
Can I ask a question? How about the effects of your nature? I mean, this depends on the nature for me. Because if you have a sensitive personality and if you feel too much responsible for things going around, you start to behave and act if your nature is something else, your reaction changes. How would you elaborate the effect of nature on this? Because my nature is, I can come so easy to the crisis level. I can imagine and I can create a crisis as well.
So you're a master crisis creator.
Definitely. I'm a crisis builder for myself.
Actually, thank you for sharing that. This is a very self-aware and courageous thing to say. So I appreciate that. And so now that you know the curve, and now that you know you're a crisis creator, how would you apply this knowledge to your life?
What I'm trying to do is that, and normally I feel this crisis more in a positive change because it's something that I put myself into for a better change. And I can deny it because I'm the one who is initiating it. Normally what I choose to do is that when I come to this point, because I come to this point, I know it all the time, I try to go out of this thing, try to deny this thing and try not to change as well. Now I'm trying to differentiate myself, try to pick up this right now.
Great, so now you can...
Instead of going from this one, trying to choose this one or that one.
Great.
In that one, I feel the survival instinct because this is a circumstance that is being created from outer side and I have to face with it. I'm not creating
It
it.
can also happen, you can just suddenly lose someone. It's not like voluntary, but it's...
But this is negative and it comes to me. I mean, I cannot change the situation by myself. I have to face it more.
It is imposed from
Okay.
outside.
Yes. So
Right.
I have to survive.
Okay, so you manage this, you go here easier, more easy.
Yes, because
To
I feel
choose to.
myself as a person of beauty. I have to get away from
So
it.
you're the good girl who has to get out
Definitely,
here.
but from here, I can leave from the honeymoon stage and run away.
Let's give an applause. This is great.
This is the thing that I do all the time.
This is great awareness. Thank you for sharing. So, thank you for sharing it. Any other crisis makers, voluntary crisis makers who love to stay here and just take the
No.
easy way out, exit?
No.
No, you're the strong man.
No, not that I'm
Just
strong.
joking.
I just don't like it. I don't
No, I foresee that the crisis is coming and then make the decision immediately. It's like, you know that it's coming. Before it's there, jump to a new stage.
Okay, so you act fast. Actually, this is also giving us the answer. Different personality styles. Thank you for taking that, bringing it in. Different personality styles can react in different ways, right? You're looking like...
I'm holding her hand.
You're the crisis
She jumps out before the animal.
You're the crisis maker helper, huh?
She never will.
Okay.
What
So,
first can happen?
do you think it's...
Um,
And you were talking about so many changes, so we're going through these curves simultaneously, lots of them at the same time. And that's another big challenge, and we have our different personality styles. Great. And did your question, is your question answered? Let me
Sure,
say it
yes,
that way?
thank you so
Yeah?
much. Yes.
You're satisfied with that. Okay. So I want us to get into only one change. You choose one change, and like I said before, we were going to do this exercise. So let's also do this exercise now. You will hold it like this, and I will do it with you, Zeynep, okay? So, this time, I will pair you up. How do you, you're like this, you're like this, we're together, okay? So this is a small interview. You'll ask each other the questions. We talked a lot about lots of changes, right? So pick up one, and let's just really concentrate on that one and see where you are on the curve about that, okay? So I give everyone one.
I will ask questions her about her change.
Yes.
She will answer and she will ask me questions about
Exactly,
my change.
exactly.
And I will.
And then you can always come here to the curve and put a mark over there, okay? And you have 5 minutes, guys, okay? So 2.5 minutes each. So let me do the interview for you. So what change do you want to
In your
choose?
life,
And what are
would
you
you
going
like
to
to
do?
make the same
I don't like that life.
family change? Family change. You change your family?
How do you feel when
exact situation, a difficult decision to stay or them here.
And how do you feel about the
Or to
situation?
go back to the It's not that they need me. I need to make
So looking at your response
a
and
You
change,
want
change.
to
Change
you want to leave. Where you want to leave?
It's about the place, the location, as
Those
well
are
as
the-
just
That's what I was
And
thinking.
looking at your responses so far, you said it's your dad's life, your dad's life.
I just
So your dad's life beginning to very Which term are you in?
I made you guys as well.
so close to you, confidence. I'm just the way out, I'm feeling
I mean, it's like I'm really lost of confidence, but I should not
Guys,
So this is the question.
You're in the
Where do
moment.
you think you already answered the already explored?
You're not exploring, you want to.
Your turn. What center are you doing at the moment?
I want to establish a new business based on
So
art
you're
and
in partially
design.
colonized.
You're excited?
Thank you for sharing. You can join a group.
How did you feel when you were first area?
Second question. How did you
I feel
feel?
excited.
I was fast.
First,
How do you
where?
feel about the situation?
Currently I'm excited. I'm trying to explore, not but not exploring, right? I'm trying to
decision I'm planning as
how
well.
do you feel about this situation needs the energy currently, like a child is needing currently.
What is
Because that's exactly, not just it is part of the curve, this is why I feel like when you was that's why.
Ignore it.
I don't have any years uncertainty.
First conflict and then ignore it.
I won't. No, I don't afraid that right away, I don't know. So fast.
looking
Yeah,
at your
just here to
During the
How do you feel about this
somewhere
situation?
between excitement and honeymoon, I'm just at the beginning of the curve. I don't.
Okay.
I have positive change, and this is the
In the
Yes.
current uncertainty, I
This is
guess
the
that's-
third question. How do you feel about the situation? Now we
Yeah.
position ourselves in the curve.
After this, then it's questions is with the answers again. Where do
Yes.
you think which curve and where is it?
Okay.
So how are you feeling
You
now?
don't
How
care.
do you feel at the
You
beginning?
don't okay, you don't care.
That's nice, right?
For looking at your resources so
Yes,
far,
the
this is-
exchange.
No, no.
Okay.
Now, are you in the, is this a positive change or is it a negative change?
Yes, yes, both.
Yes,
Which
this
change?
curve,
Which
this
curve?
curve.
Which curve?
Mark, where you walking?
You want to call this a negative one or a positive one?
My initial
Okay.
want to.
Where do you think you are on that curve then? Can you put a mark?
So your excitement.
Yes.
Go to the
But it's an important
poster
point
and
for me, because as I said before, it is time for me to
where
run.
are you? In which stage?
Where are you? You're there?
No.
Underground crisis.
We can do this too.
Okay. Now it's my
Very
turn.
colorful. So you finished?
For her, she's good. Now it's my turn.
Oh, okay.
She's going to ask me. We need just 1 minute.
Okay. So we let them do their stuff, and I want to ask you all three. How do you, what do you think you can do next? What did you realize actually? First let me ask that question. What did you realize?
After the doctors told us about the progress of the sickness. So it's like, I mean, I have to accept that these are the final days of my dad. We don't know, I mean, when, but we have to take each day, you know, as a gift, you know. But I'm going to try, I know I'm going before grief stage, you know, even if he's alive, I feel that he's done already. Yeah, he's done already. So that's why I say partial recovery, because I know that I'm going to go through that negative cycle again after the final
Yours.
stage.
So you're just saying that you know
Yes.
that you are there, but you don't have the
The
strength
second
to go up.
question, how
Yes.
I
You just
That
want to
is
stay there.
correct.
Okay, that
the
happens.
first time I was aware,
So
I didn't realize.
really it requires energy to go up.
I don't have
What did you realize?
Coming.
So denial.
Denial.
What did you realize when you were doing
And
this
how do I
exercise?
feel? I feel trapped.
I'm just a
If you-
negative person.
If you want to
Well, it is also a negative
if it's easier for you.
curve.
Yeah.
Negative feeling. It's a negative curve. And when I look at curve, I am here.
There.
I'm exploring and I'm testing.
So you are classifying because
Here, somewhere here.
Exactly like honeymoon stage. And I know my mood. I try to
passing
all
all
this
this
because I know
I
that
think
it's
so,
not
yes,
outsourced.
but depression, it took so long,
So I need to
it took very long
take it
time,
seriously.
and I
It's
was
gonna be 20
feeling
for me.
here for a very long time after
Is this
denial.
useful?
But now I'm just exploring and testing.
planning.
Yes. Yes, we are good.
Great, guys. Wonderful. So, look at the team. Like, we have 2 positive changes, and the other ones are negative, and
Where is the second positive change?
testing. Edith is testing, and Zeynep is in excitement, and she says,
Close to
State
my
major.
region is coming and yes, and
Now
major
that-
part is coming for me.
okay, so now that you know the curve, that you know that's going to, the roller coaster will go down, and you were surprised that you're not that negative, right? Okay. What did you realize when you were doing this exercise? How did it help to know the curve?
But there are different stages, and when you pass through, you don't actually realize, and it increased my personal awareness about the stages, and I had I felt hopeful because I found myself in the more exploring and testing stage in the curve.
And you felt hopeful about that?
Hopeful, yes.
Great, wonderful. Well, I want to thank you all, guys. And how was it for you? Sorry.
For me as well, I
You're in
realized
partial
that I'm
recovery,
really
right?
positive, yeah, and I realized that it's very minimal problem for me because at both, I mean, I need to take decision about staying here in Istanbul, different locations, lifestyle, etc. But at the end, I have this option and this Dubai option as well. So both are positive, and, but to tell you the truth, before writing and before doing this exercise, it was like a major problem for my life. But now I'm realizing it's very minimal. So it won't make any difference for me. There I will be happy, and here I'll be happy. I'll have like two things. So yeah, it's very helpful exercise. Thank you.
Great. I'm so glad to hear that. So you put it on a negative curve, but you're realizing it's a happy thing.
Negative because it's change. So we
Interesting.
yes, because it's change. And
Negative because it's
we
change.
always react to change. I realized that I thought I was a very optimistic person, but no. I mean, as a person, this is what I realized. We react to change. We react to
Yes, and
change.
that's why we're doing this workout. Right. So you were thinking you're negative, you found out you're positive, and you were thinking you're optimistic, and now you're funny. I think this workout is working out for everybody. Wonderful. So I have a question for you guys. You said that this context should be a bit altered, and that we also need to learn how to help other people. So we've been working on the curve. You felt the flow. You know now the milestones. You can analyze yourself where you are at, and you even started thinking how you can take the second step after that, right? So how can you help others? If as a person who knows this curve, how can you help others when you see them that they're on a change? How can you assist them
And
with
this
this knowledge? Yeah. So all watching Netflix or the Turkish TV, you have your favorite series. What's the series that comes to your mind, or what's the last, let's say, what's the last series you watched? TV series. Whatever the first letter of that series is, let's line up accordingly. A to Z.
Sunset. S. S. S.
Line up there.
Dark.
Dark.
Designated sir, right?
Times
That, I remember that.
Okay. Dark. Everybody's watching Netflix, I guess.
Yes.
You're watching with your passwords.
Designated survivor.
Okay, what's that? I don't know.
It's the U.S. president who had been shot and blah blah blah. It's political series.
It's political
Yeah.
and thriller and
And Turkey is inside that series
Oh,
as well.
interesting. What's yours?
How to get away from murder, I guess.
Oh, okay. That was an interesting one.
Lucifer, an angel who helps people.
And it's an angel, but it's also
He's
a
very
devil.
handsome.
He's
Yeah.
a handsome.
He's very handsome, hot.
No gender stereotyping.
And that's why I'm watching all
And there's a good couple we're watching the same series, right?
Yes,
Sense8. I recommend it highly. Sense8, you should watch it. Okay, great. So you are now, you were a team. Gosh, it's so difficult.
I haven't been team
Yes.
before.
Okay, so you be a team together, and you're the girls team together. You were not together, right?
Yeah.
Great, okay. So I want you all to pick up someone you know that you would think is going through a change, and let's explore ideas how we can assist those people, how we can apply this knowledge now that you know it as consultants and mothers, sisters, whatever. How can you help those people? How can you use this knowledge? Okay? 2 minutes.
Help others.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
For me, it's about just the point
Let's start by asking
Okay.
questions.
to try to
Since
form an empathy with them, because we are all feeling the same, and unfortunately we are thinking that we are thinking different, but we are not thinking different in the bottom of our hearts. We
going
want
through
to.
a negative change.
So what I will
He was at the
try to
crisis
do is that
stage.
try to make
Now
it
I'm helping him to
sincere
discover new
connection
things
with
that
this
he
person
can do, like
and
giving
try
him
to
positive feedback about his positive
try to
sides.
let's
You can do
say,
this, he can do that. I mean,
inform about
just
like,
try
I would rather
to
share
follow
my
new
own
roadmap to
experiences.
his life.
and I
And,
would try to
He
set
has
the
to
base that
find
we
the
are all
answers,
feeling the
but
same,
like
and
the
he's not or
guidance
she's not different than
I'm
us.
asking questions
I think the same
in which he can answer positively, not negative, but positive answers, positive feedback. He has to make a new roadmap, so that's
But
how
I
I'm helping.
think I know
I see
the
two
true one.
choices,
I
or two options
try to,
in this current.
try
Well,
to feel
inevitably we go down.
with my
Well,
brain.
once we go down, there are two options. Let's go and get away
The
from it,
knowledge of
which
the
is
cure.
escaping from it, ignorance and future.
I guess we
Well, not how you
we
use
go
it.
afterwards.
Yeah, well, how will you do it? That's the question, right? Not by assisting
this
people.
person, my friend,
How will you use this knowledge? This
you
current,
want to
yeah.
get away from
And that
run
every
away,
change
escape,
is stressful and that we can all react
explore,
differently. I
what
think
would be
we
the
how can we like
opportunities
assisting
in
others?
this change.
What's, I mean, ending is which one? Extended crisis or new transformation? In the negative change, ending is situation. Behavioral type, ending.
When you change a
Is
policy,
it letting go or is it new confidence or transformation?
For me, with this curve, I realized that
So that's what we are.
we can go with depression.
And
First,
how can
there's
you
change.
explore new
So
things?
probably to empathize with them
I
as well,
don't
and to
know
use
if she
process
will
and to give them
transform
It's
or
the same, I think,
ignore and
Maybe
get
to
away
be-
from it, escape from it,
to share my
and
experience.
not being
All
able
change
to
as
find
well.
new opportunities.
And maybe
His
it's
or
very
her
easy
life.
to understand that people are going down
Right.
from those philosophical
It's
values.
right,
And maybe
maybe
we
now
will
I
be-
understand.
I think
we may try to
We
guide
try to
them
overcome.
that way. It's easy to try to let go, for example, but there is another way. Try to deal with the change, try to accept the change, not to deny it. And whatever the feeling and circumstance the person is, maybe we may show them that there is alternative ways that they can go through.
Yeah.
For me, the prices which I always see at work, when I'm at work, the prices, because I have difficulties, I need to change it up.
We are always fast.
I can tell you what I do. I'm a process manager.
Your first
I have to change all the time. All the stuff, regulations, etc. So I get all the negative,
Make a decision
what do they
about
say, feedback.
Yes.
That's
It's
right.
culture.
I don't like
view
to
me
stay
as
with
like a
us.
monster.
So did you figure out how you can
So
lower
yeah,
yourself?
I'm always
Ask him a question,
no, I
whether he
understand.
wants
Even
to
when
get away from it
when it
and
comes
or
to me, the
explore
change,
opportunities.
I'm frustrated.
So,
I'm
this
patient.
is
Everybody is before I used to think, this is nothing, they have to change immediately. This is the rules. Now I have like different mentality, mindset. Maybe I can understand, show like passion, because all these changes they have to
Roadmap
so
is
they
actually
need to, like,
exploring.
work on
I
it
was trying
a
to
lot.
give him positive feedback
But
about
since
exploring
we
new
plan
things,
it with the
new
management,
ways of doing things.
I don't feel that
New
it's
life.
a big change or
Yes.
it's a big deal. Now I have like empathy.
What is it?
Because it's affecting the other people's life actually, and they are very proud of their results.
So it also start normal for
All
us.
steps are normal.
We have to accept.
I'm close to Deniz actually.
Definitely.
52.
This is very helpful.
5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make the U shape again. Great. So I heard you saying all these steps are normal, we have to accept it. Elif, yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you
I'm
say
talking
about
for
that?
myself.
So yeah, that's actually what we're like. We can use it for ourselves. We can use it for other people. It's like when a baby's going to be born. It's born, and then it's a baby, and then it's a toddler, and then it grows, and it gets an adult, and it gets old. It has a life cycle, and every change also has its cycle, and there's milestones. Yeah. So I guess you all have found ways to help others. Yeah. Anything you would like to share about that? Big discoveries?
Helping others also makes us happy as well.
Makes you happy. Great. So that's a new change for you. Positive change.
Definitely, yeah. And also exploring ourselves. When we are giving ideas or consultants, we also explore ourselves as well. We start questioning ourselves. So that's a positive change in our life as well. Like in the uncertainty or loss of confidence stage, you immediately go to exploring stage.
Exactly. So true. Thank you for sharing that. Yes. As a coach also, I go through that a lot. You know, when I'm helping someone, I realize I have the same change curve with them, and I go through the curve with them, usually. It's like mirroring each other. Okay, any questions you have?
Well, I see this process is a matter of choice. You whether choose to get away from it, escape from the situation, and actually you choose to lose, or you choose to explore new things. So it's a matter of choice when you pass through this process.
Change it or leave it.
Yeah, I mean, if you leave it, you escape from it, and you don't leave anything, and you don't realize what's behind it, or what's new opportunity, new horizons you can go through. And for me personally, it's more exciting to explore. But still, when we pass through any change, or we have anybody passing through change, I see it as a matter of choice.
It's a matter of
But
choice.
it's not that much easy. I mean, when you are in a turbulence, it's not that much easy to self-awareness decide where you are. Currently, we are sitting in a room and trying to discuss about it, but when we are in a crisis in any part of this life, and it comes to real for us, I mean, when you are experiencing any monetary problems, it's not that much easy to calmly sit down and realize that I'm currently in a depression stage. I have 3 ways out of here. It's not easy that much.
But I have a question. Don't you think that with the help of this now or tomorrow, if we will go through any type of change, we can easily point out and map?
For me, actually, there's always a question when we are talking about any kind of behavioral change of law. They all say that it all starts from awareness level. But from awareness level, how do we really know that we are really shifting from awareness to real behavioral change? I mean, for a situation, it's easy for us to say that I am aware of it, I'm aware of it, but when it becomes a real change, I'm even questioning myself about it. Because it's not that much easy to shift from this awareness to real change. We are aware most of the things. We can make a list of our awarenesses. But when it comes to the real change, it is not that smooth.
If you allow me to answer it with the saying of one of my favorite coaches, Dorothy Simonovic, she has a different last name, she says, awareness without action is sorrow and disappointment. So, thank you for asking that. What we can do when we are aware, now that you know the curves,
Yes.
no matter what you do with that awareness, if you do something different, then you're using it.
Definitely.
Does that answer
This
your
is the
question?
hardest part, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there
As
should
hard
be
as it
a
may be.
checkpoint always. I mean, there should be a button, I'm
Okay.
aware, and there is action, change of action.
Yeah.
There should be a small notebook, I guess, that we have to carry all the time, because it's very silent. I mean, our habits are very silent. We
And
don't recognize them.
They're creepy and they're,
Yes.
yeah, they just sneak in. Because,
Definitely.
like we said, the Mabel brain likes our habits. Great, and we have to remember to use our prefrontal context. So, to finish today, thank you for asking this question. I hope taking action no matter what answers
I
your...
hope so as well.
Yeah, okay. So, let's get up. Let's finish it on a high note all together. And I want to invite you all to maybe pick up a friend from this classroom or from outside, someone to can kindly coach you to remind you of the curve.
Yes.
Like, how can we remind ourselves to use it in our lives so that we don't go to automatic pilot and be aware and take the next step, which can empower us. I invite you to, you can share with me, you can share. Who do you want to use as a coach? It can be amongst yourselves, you can text each other. Who can help you? Who can help you to stay up?
I hope I would
I'm always like positive and denial.
Okay, so I suppose everybody chose a coach for themselves. Let me see the coaches in the room right now.
Everybody's coach.
Yeah, you're all coaching each other. Who decided to coach each other? You decided to coach each other?
Yes, but how can we able to interact more with each other? I mean,
You can text message, WhatsApp, if it's okay. So new
okay,
friend.
and for my coach, I'm choosing her because we are so much together and
No.
I need her assistance. I need her assistance.
Okay,
She
so
knows me better than I am.
reverse mentoring. Huh?
I have to. She's my
I'm doing her
tutor.
too. Direct report.
We are working together and she knows everything about me.
Okay, great. And you chose me.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's give a big applause to all the coaches. Great guys, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How it works.
Yanıyor. Onu kapatmak için. Nerede? Yanıyor. Nereden kapıyor?
Hikaye anlatayım size.
Yani anlat.
Halbuki çenem düşer, hep hikaye anlatırım. Bu sefer hikaye anlatmayayım.
Bir saniye, bana bir telefon daha var. Onları
Ay, saat kaç?